What's up? Been a minute since we kicked it, you been caught up.
So Nicole, how did you get into what products you wanted to sell? How did you make your decision on these are the products that you wanted to sell?
Well, I went towards things that I am already extremely familiar with. Skin and hair has always been my niche naturally because I've always had crazy wild hair and extremely sensitive skin, and it's something that runs in my family. I remember watching my grandmother whip things up in the kitchen to heal a burn, or sometimes, you know, back in the day, the men would all be out in the back working on their cars. I think I saw my dad wax his car at least twice a week. But anyway, if somebody out there hurt themselves somehow, they would knock on the back door, and then she'd be like, okay, I'll put something on it. You know, I've seen my grandma whip out aloe and use it in multiple ways. So I was already doing that for my family and my neighbors. My daughter has eczema. So when she was born, the doctor told me that her skin looked like she would develop eczema, in addition to the fact that she had cradle cap. At one point, the whole row of her braids at the back fell out on me one day. All of her hair was just falling out. So I was already making hair oil for my daughter. I was already making eczema cream for my family. I didn't know how to do things in the same amount every single time. So if I had too much, I would give it away. So I became known as the lady who makes the hair oil, the lady with the eczema cream. So when COVID happened, I was at home and bored, and I decided to start labeling products. Cause one day a lady showed up to my house with a coffee cup talking about do you got some hair oil? And it dawned on me, like, it just, I used to sell jewelry. I love so many different things. I'm good. You know, I like to just let my creativity flow. So I like to do all kinds of things. Me and my daughter, we make bracelets together. So I thought at one point that I was going to really focus on jewelry. I even started a jewelry business called Nicole Sharice Jewelry. And then when the lady came to the door that day during COVID, it was like the light bulb went off. All of a sudden, I just realized what I should be doing instead. And so I really focused on branding, how I wanted my products to look, how I wanted to present them to the world. The way that I determined how I want my products to look was I started looking online at other people's products, determining what I like and what I didn't like, what I would do better, how I would want it. You know, anybody could look at an outfit and say, oh, I would wear that with this, or I would do it with that, if that's your thing, clothing. Or some people may look at your hair and say, oh, I like that style, but I would have did this. Or I would love to see her hair in this way. You know what I'm saying? So when I see people with red, inflamed, bumpy skin, eczema, you know, these are the kind of things that I talk about. I'm at the grocery store one day, and I before I started growing my own aloe, I used to buy it in large stalks. And one day a lady at the grocery store was like, what are you doing with the aloe? And I told her that I was making my own hair products and skin products. She was so impressed and started buying products from me immediately. So, and it just happens like that. So whatever you're naturally good at, that's where your abundance lies. If you are naturally good at talking on the phone and you like scheduling appointments with patients, by all means do that. I used to do that. I've worked almost every administrative function in a doctor's office. I've answered the phones, I've scheduled the appointments, I've done the insurance, I've worked the front desk, I've done the office management. And I was so happy playing office every day until COVID happened. I was really content in my cubicle because you can see I like to talk. So it was easy for me to just talk on the phone all day or meet and greet with people all day. Going to meetings was fun to me. I love watching those videos that everybody think is so boring. I'm like, girl, shut up. We get to do this for work. Like, this is easy. But, you know, I ended up going down another path, which a lot of people did. COVID produced a lot of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
And I'm one of them. So.
It did.